Howdy ESSM 406. The title of this video is Reading Strategically. One of the challenges of college in general is that you tend to get a lot of reading and it's not always clear what's important, what reading do I really have to do, and how do I get the information that my professor wants me to get out of this reading. In this video, I'm going to give you a brief outline of the strategies that I use to deal with reading. I do a huge amount of reading. That's a large portion of my job as a professor. I read your essays. I read research papers. And I also, because I study policy, try to keep up with the basic news that's going on in the environmental policy world, both in Texas and the United States as a whole, and actually in other countries, since I do work in several other countries. How do you keep up with this? Well, the first thing you need to think about in terms of reading strategically is, what do I need to know from any particular kind of reading? Well, in this class, I give you a really basic guide to what you need to know from your reading. Every unit in this class, there's basically 5 units in this class, and every unit you're going to have to write an essay about the topic of the unit. And every essay has a grading rubric. And that grading rubric has a bunch of key concepts that you are going to be graded on for your understanding and ability to apply that concept. Now, the readings may contain sometimes information that you don't need to know. I think it's quite possible that you can get an A in this class without doing every single piece of reading. And you'll notice I don't test you to try to trick you to see if you read this little detail in the reading. But every reading is designed to help you understand the concepts. So the first thing I would do before I do any reading in this class, for any unit, is look over the grading rubric for the essay. Because that grading rubric is going to tell you what are the key concepts that I need to know in this class, in this unit. And then I would look at the readings that you have and say, okay, say for Unit 2, which we just completed, I need to know what externalities are. Well, Professor Fleischman gave me a bunch of readings about externalities. So I'm going to read them, and you'll find that some of the readings I give you are conceptual readings. They explain a concept. And some of them are actually examples, applications. Now, I want you to be able to apply these concepts. That's a pretty high level of thinking. In order to apply a concept correctly, you probably need to understand it. In order to apply a concept, it might help to see other applications. So as you go through the readings, you could just write down, okay, I need to know what externalities are. I need to know what public goods are. I need to know what common pool goods are. Those are some of the key concepts in Unit 2, right? So, okay, I have these key concepts, and I'm doing this reading, and it looks like there's nothing really helpful on this page. Skip that page. It may not have anything that helps you understand it. Maybe it'll have something that'll help someone else understand it. Okay, this is an application. Let me examine how they apply this concept. Okay, here they're explaining the underpinnings of this concept. Let me see what the underpinnings of this concept are. So that's a really good way to organize yourself to do the readings. It'll help you move through the readings efficiently. It'll help you have a dialogue with the readings. It's often helpful to think about reading as a conversation between you and the author. The author is trying to explain to me a concept, and I'm trying to understand it. Okay, what does he mean by this? Why is he telling me this? Why did my professor choose this reading? Now, I also have to give you a little bit of a warning. Something I often see students do in this class is that they look for alternative sources of information. They go online and they may Google this key concept. Maybe I can get this quicker by reading the Wikipedia article. And I don't have anything against that. But you need to be very careful. The online universe is full of misinformation. The readings that I've selected for you may not always be the easiest readings to understand. Some of them are quite complex, but they're selected because they're correct and they're clear. So use online sources maybe to help you understand it, but use the readings from the course as your primary sources. And if those don't help you, if you still feel like you're confused, then you should come to office hours, because we hold a lot of office hours in this class, because that is an opportunity for you to figure out the readings. So good luck and do great work.